Hello YouTube, Sam here from youtube.com/onlivegamer for the New Boston. In this tutorial we're going to be talking about constructors. Now, sometimes when you have a class and you want to add what's called a constructor, and what this does is it initializes values for that class. So let's say we want to make a new person. I want to individually set their weight, money, income, and name by what we want it to be, and not just by using the default. So how we can do this is to use a constructor. Now, even though these variables are private, we can still access them using a constructor. So to create one, we're just going to type sub new. And now what we need to do is we need to by val weight, money, income, and name. So weight as double, or let's just do W as double. By val M as double. Now M and W aren't very good to use for names to be passed to our constructor, because if somebody's trying to create a new person and they look at the arguments for the constructor and they see what is W and what is M, they're not going to know what that is. I'm just going to use these in the tutorial. So I as double and by val N as string. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to set each one of these variables. So weight equals W, money equals M, income equals I, and name equals N. So whenever a new person object is created, it's going to be required for them to use to pass these different data types to the constructor. Now, what you can also do is use optional, which we learned about using in functions, and this can also be used with constructors. So we'll come back to form1.vb, and you can see that we get an error for my default person. So for the argument for the constructor, we're just going to add 2 parentheses. Now inside of this, we're going to need the weight. So let's just go ahead and set this to let's say the person is going to be 150 pounds. Their money, we'll give them $500. Their income, we'll pay them $20 an hour. And the name to default person. Okay, so now we've created this person and we've set all of the values that are needed for the person to work. So now let's come down here and we will add the person. So let's just use some default values for the person in this. So we'll just use 8 pounds, 100 money, $7.25 an hour, and then P name for the name, for person name. So we created a new person and just used the constructor to make the necessary changes to the variables that are in there. So we'll go ahead and run this and see what happens. It should work just the same as it did before. So we'll click new person and we will click, we won't click, I'll just type in Sam, go ahead and click OK. You see we get the current wage 8, money, income, and $7.25. We can work and make money, we can exercise and lose weight, we can eat to gain weight, we can increase the income. So everything's working perfectly fine. So now let's go in here and change some of these values so you can see what changes are made. So let's have the person be born at 150 pounds, and we will give them $999, and we'll pay them $500 an hour. So we'll go ahead and run this, and if we click new person, we'll just leave it at John Doe, and then click OK. And you can see John Doe weighs 150 pounds, he has $999, and he makes $500 an hour. And we can just keep working this guy until he gets a whole bunch of money. And we can exercise to lose some weight. So that is a way to initialize values for objects whenever that is created. And it will force the person to do that so that they will not forget it. And later on we're going to be talking about overloading constructors and default constructors. So what I challenge you guys to do is take this person program and let the user enter the weight, the money, and the income whenever they create a new person, and have it pass to this add person so that it will put the right values in there that the person specified when they click new person. And if you do make that, go ahead and leave that in a video response so I can see you guys are learning from these tutorials. And thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next tutorial.